Hello again and welcome to another dungeon walkthrough. This is SD from the Violent Night gaming community, and today we're going to be looking at, and I'm sorry if I pronounce this incorrectly, Scholomance. Our raid setup consisted of myself tanking, Zorf healing, and we had Bud along for the ride as DPS. We also pugged an additional 2 DPS. Okay, first up we have Instructor Chillheart. Now this is a 2-phase fight with a total of 8 abilities. It sounds daunting, I know, but you'll be fine. During the first phase, there will be a total of 5 abilities being used. The first of which being Ice Wall. Now this is 2 ice walls that slowly encroach into the area. If you touch these ice walls, it will one-shot you. You will die straight away. The second ability being Rack Soul. Now this inflicts shadow damage every second for 10 seconds. When it expires from one target, it will automatically jump onto another one, so this will always be in effect during the first phase. The third of which being Ice Wrath. Now this inflicts the first target with Ice Wrath. This then passes on ice damage to all friendlies within 2.5 yards every second for a total of 10 seconds. So if you've got this ability on you, just make sure you move away from the rest of the party. The fourth ability being Touch of the Grave. All this does is it makes the boss's next 10 melee attacks to have additional frost damage. So if you see this pop up, then the tank and healer need to be aware. I would recommend that the tank use a cooldown or 2 for this. The fifth ability being Frigid Grasp. Now this spawns ice at a player's location, causing damage. Now once you take Instructor Chillheart's health right the way down to 0, the second phase will start. She will spawn a cauldron in the centre, and that's going to be your main target. She will also spawn a variety of books to fly around the room. Now these books have 3 different types, and each type has a different ability of their own. There is Anarchist Arcanist. Now this creates orbs that explode on impact of a target touching. It will also cause damage for a small area around that target as well. The second of which is called Standing in Fire. Now these books you'll find flying around, and they drop fire damage onto the floor. Just make sure you're not in their path as they come flying around. The third of which being Colossal Book of Shadow Puppets. Now these just target random people and inflict shadow damage. This is more or less a DPS race. Keep attacking the cauldron, wait until it goes down. After that you have Jandis Barov. Now this is a boss with 2 abilities. The first of which being Wondrous Rapidity. Now this is an arcane frontal cone damage attack. Try and make sure if you can to stay out of the way of that. At 66% and 33% health, she will summon a variety of illusions around the room. Now you need to attack these and take them down to 0% health to find out which one is actually Jandis. 8 of them will be mere illusions. Once you find Jandis, they will all disappear, and then you can go back to wailing on the boss again. After Jandis, you'll come up against Rattlegore. Now first and foremost, as soon as you come into this fight, make sure you click on a bone pile. Now this will give you the bone armor buff. The bone armor buff is very important for the first attack, which is Bone Spike. Now this is a massive single target damage attack. The bone armor itself will negate the damage, but it wears off after a single hit. So once you get attacked by Bone Spike, you need to make sure that you click on another bone pile and get another bone armor buff on you. The second ability he has is Rusting. Now this increases his attack damage by 25%, but it lowers his movement speed by 5% for 15 seconds. Now this is stackable, so the 25% attack damage will increase, but so will the 5% movement decrease. You're going to have to kite him as much as possible. The third ability being Soul Flame. Now this is AoE damage in the room. Now this is very visible, it's a blue flame effect. You need to make sure that you don't step in it. The fourth boss is Lillian Voss. Now this is a boss with 3 abilities. The first of which being Dark Blaze. Now this spawns fire damage at all party members' feet. So you need to keep moving because this will repeatedly spawn the fire damage underneath you. If you stay in there you'll take damage and that ain't good. The second ability being Death's Grasp. Now this pulls all party members into melee range of Lillian. Her third ability is Shadow Shiv. Now this is shadow damage to all party members within 8 yards, and she likes to do this right after Death's Grasp, so watch out. The last boss in this instance is Dark Master Gandling. Now this boss has 4 abilities. The first of which being Incinerate. Now this is single target fire damage. The second ability being Immolate, which is single target fire damage and then a DOT which hits every 3 seconds for a total of 21 seconds. His third ability is Rise. Now this summons adds, just make sure you keep them off the healer and AoE them down. His fourth ability is Harsh Lesson. Now this one requires a bit more thought. He teleports a member of the party into an adjacent room. Now this room will contain adds, 2 types of adds specifically. Now these are called Expired Subjects and Fresh Subjects. For tanks and DPS this is straightforward, just DPS them all down, AoE them. For healers you need to try and gather as many expired subjects as possible and take them towards a fresh subject. Once you take them towards a fresh subject, you need to dispel the fresh subject. Dispelling the fresh subject will create an AoE that will harm the expired subject. Once all the expired subjects in the room are taken down, the door will release and you'll be allowed back into the room you were in previously. And that's another instance taken care of. Thank you very much for watching. This has been SD from the Violent Night gaming community. Please check us out at www.violentnight.com. Again, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.